we are back, and now that we are actually finished the tutorial, we can do a couple things. So off screen, just to speed up the process a little, I did upgrade Mash and Zenobia, and I'm gonna grab a few of our rewards, and by upgrading those two. And what did we get here? Okay, I got one servant, so this is a command code. We won't be able to use them yet, but they can become useful in the future. What else do I want to do here? Let's go into our box. Oh, cool. There's a bunch of great stuff here. Okay. So a lot of this is from the first sign-in reward, and this is from the 7th anniversary, which we actually are going to use. The reason is, I'll save that for later. The reason I do want to use it is there is a 5-star crafts essence that is like one of the best for beginners, and that is... Oh, I have to finish Fuyuki first. Darn it. That'd make it too easy, actually, to be fair. Okay, so... yeah. Last thing I am going to do before we continue on with Fuyuki is I am going to use my daily friend summon. Now, I did open this earlier, and so it did take away this... you know, the Destiny Summon thing, which really cool. And then also we have the 7th anniversary guaranteed summon. I am debating whether I should, I don't know. I'm debating whether I should put money in onto this. It is great value for those, but for, I probably will. It's not that expensive there. Now the other things starter accounts have access to besides this, which if we're pulling, we are going to pull this banner because it's stupid value. Where is it? Is the guaranteed start dash, because this is also another very good value. You will get one of those servants. And so, yeah, I'm going to debate on that because it's one of those things when you're starting a project. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I just kind of sat down in front of a computer today. Actually, I did mean to do one thing. So one of the things you do get daily is your friend point summons. Now this is, friend points are easier to gain, but you do get one free, and it does give you access to servants. Not really, it's 1 to 3 stars with a couple 4 stars, Saber Lily, and then there's some story locked ones. But the main thing I am just after is there's a couple servants I do want. Also, there are craft essences that are very good, even in the friend point summon. And there's also, you can get upgrade materials. There's a lot of useful stuff in here, and you know, upgrade materials. So I normally will not let a friend point summon roll because, you know what, I'm gonna keep that tradition. Wait. Are we actually getting something good? No way. Oh, okay. It's normally when you click and it says gold, but it's also new servants. Oh, okay. I was about to say there is no way we got one of the couple rare servants in the friend point summon on the first round. That would have been ridiculous, actually. Another hero. Astartes. Actually, that was a pretty good friend point summon. Never used her except for 1 or 2 missions, I think. I have used him. He's good. Caesar. Apparently he's really good. I've used him here and there, but because on my main account, I got Hercules early on. I kind of didn't use him. So yeah, I just wanted a couple more points there. Just to use it before I forget it. So let's actually go towards Fuyuki, because there is a couple other things it does unlock once you finish Fuyuki, and Fuyuki's not that big. So as you can see here, we're going to do section 3, and it's just 2 more points. And let's actually get going here. Oh, somebody did add me as a friend. I did a little tiny bit of stuff off camera, just speed it up, and when I looked at their account, they actually had quite a few good things. So I should say I added them. I used one of theirs on a mission, and I realized I should film this, but I'm like, people don't want to see the grind, because I was trying to upgrade Zenobia a little bit. Okay, So, what do I want to use? They're about the same, so... Oh, level 2. Okay, so one of the big things is if you look at NP levels, what that means is NP is how strong their final power is, and if you get multiple copies of each servant, you can get a higher NP level. So, anyway, let's get back to the story. By the way, the type of being we call servants, you know what they are, don't you? I have some basic knowledge, because most people do. If you're onto FGO, it's kind of fans. Glad to hear. Now I won't have to explain rudimentary things about what a heroic servant is. Servants are heroes of the past, made familiar. I thought we didn't have to. Anyway, those who enter into contract with them and use them are called masters. There are 7 classes of servants, which are very depending on servants' legend and abilities. There are more, but the original story was 7. It's incredibly difficult to copy a heroic spirit entirely. Human mages do not have enough resources or memory to achieve such feat. That's why only one aspect of hero spirit is fixed in our world, resulting in the 7 classes: Saber, Lancer, Archer, Rider, Caster, Berserker, and Assassin. Every heroic spirit will manifest as one of these classes. That's the true nature of servants. It's also a way to hide their true names as well. They hide their names because they are famous. Take Achilles from Greek mythology. Achilles is an invincible heroic spirit, but his weakness is extremely famous, right? When a heroic spirit returns, their weakness returns with them. That's why servants hide their name behind their class names. If you don't know their true identity, it's harder to figure out their past or weaknesses, right? Yeah, makes sense. That's not all. There's another reason for hiding one's true name. A servant has a secret weapon worthy of their legend, a crystallization of that heroic spirit's miracle and existence. Guess we're getting interrupted. Director, sorry to interrupt you while you're having fun, but we've detected hostiles entering combat. What? Take them out right now. I'll be hiding over there. Over here. Okay. So, one thing is I do have the loading screens, and that's just because I haven't downloaded the whole game yet. I might cut these out in other videos, but anyway. So, now that we have the access to this, we can see we have 2 rounds of battle, 2 enemies. So, I'm just going to use Morgan's ability. Brings her up to the first round. So, boom. Roadless Camelot. Also, I like Morgan's animation. That is one character, unfortunately, I've tried to get before, and both times I've rolled her, I got spooked instead. So, and when I did my GSSR, I rolled on the Berserker 2 banner. I got Arjuna. Awesome. To be fair, I wanted Musashi just because I think she's hilarious as a character from Great Samurai Requiem, but anyway. So, that is my sob story. Now, in this case, I no longer have a Noble Phantasm, so what I'm going to do is, I know she is going to wipe out one person. Mash might, and then I'm going to go back. Now, here's why. If I put Morgan, hit that first skeleton, even if the skeleton dies on the first hit, it's going to default to the next. By having Mash in between, you will move over to the next person if they're defeated. So, Morgan should easily wipe that thing out. Okay, now Mash wipes it out, and then Morgan can wipe out another one. Now, if you put him in line, so you gotta kind of watch your card counts and kind of know how good your characters are. Now, this Morgan I'm using right here is, I don't think overpowered is a good enough way to put it. Because I'm playing in level 1 and she's level 100. And like, my Zenobia, what did I leave her at? Like just 30, 40? And then Mash, I gave a couple levels too. Now, here's the next thing. Take a look at, if you look in the left-hand corner right above your screen, you see AP. Now, as a newer player, you are going to see a ton of AP. Now, as you level up, this is going to increase. And eventually, once we get over a certain threshold, I'm going to show you a little trick. But currently, we can't do it because I don't have enough levels. Who do I want to use? I'll use this guy here. This is Arjuna. He's the guy I pulled on my GSSR. Another super powerhouse. And this one has Kaleidoscope, which for your craft essence, because one of the things about this game is Instead of weapons and all this, they have craft references. Right now, you can see I have very minimal. I have those repeats from the friend's point, but this CE right here, Kaleidoscope, is the card that I'm going to pull as soon as we finish Fuyuki. So, yeah. And if you're wondering why I have that fourth person in, it does raise their bond level. So, and bonds can give you stars and other things. So, anyway, let's go back to the story. Olga Marie. I can feel the tension across the screen. The director is grumpy as usual. She's not just grumpy, she's... Wait, why is she always mad? That seems a little more appropriate. Well, I can feel some sympathy for the director's ill temper. Excuse me, but Random Gamers Senpai, there's too much about Chaldea you don't know. You really... I'll admit, I came here clueless. I really don't know what to do with you. It's like you're a lost kitty. Okay, that's a little insulting. Well, not that I'm any different. It's been about 2 years since I started here, and I still don't get it. I kind of sneaked in, almost like an alligator. Is that right? Weird alligator idea? Yes, I've learned as much as I can from the database, but I'll share it with you. Chaldea's security organization, or more accurately, the Security Organization for the Preservation of Humanity, FENS Chaldea, research observatory with the purpose of continuing strengthening human history with researchers, scholars, and mages from around the world. They watch a world that magecrafts couldn't observe and science couldn't measure. We're a special organization with national support created to prevent humanity from reaching a bad end. You sure know a lot, Mash. Well, she has been around for a few years. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Foe. It's true that Chaldea receives financial supports from across the globe, but the majority of that comes from the Mages Association in London. From the Atmosphere family, Director Olga Marie's family, Chaldea is a research organization, but due to its importance, it operates on a military level. There are extremely strict rules, punishments for everything, so the director's attitude is actually reserved. The director isn't a villain, but she is evil. She'll get rid of any staff member she doesn't like. Well, I'm not sure if it's okay to call someone who's got a bad attitude evil. Sorry, I wanted to give you some encouragement, but I'm not used to cheery words. Coo. And what are you guys doing? Behind you. The enemies found us. Prepare for battle. They're so close, Senpai. Give me your orders. Okay, so here we go again. Okay, so just like Morgan. Actually, what we could do here is let's just do this one and we'll save Arjuna's hit for next round. Because as you see here, if you look at by Zenobia's name in the bottom corner, I got her up to level 30 and I gave Mash level 15. When you're fighting level 6 and 2 skeletons, it's kind of pointless, but I just wanted to start leveling up and giving Mash some love, because some people always forget about Mash for some reason. She is a super useful servant. I cannot say that enough. And using supports, I know some people would be like, you know how to play the game, you don't need supports. Yeah, I don't really, but it is a big part of the game, especially at the higher levels. Using, like, it's the only way you can use double servants and stuff, so. And this is more of a fun playthrough for me to re-experience the story, rather than an actual playthrough. So, anyway, sign. Please keep an eye on your surroundings. Even if Romania is monitoring us, this is a singularity. There's no telling what might happen. Come here, Keelite. You're hurt, aren't you? I can heal something like that. Oh, right. Thank you very much, Director Olga Marie. Right, now, when the director is calm, she can be dependable. Random Gamer, you should know, the director is in a complicated position as well. Initially, Maria was like you as well, a master candidate. 3 years ago, the previous director, her father, passed away and she had to take over Chaldea when she was just a student. Since then, it's been one tense day after another. She had to take over as head of the Atmosphere family. That's a lot of responsibility. It was all she could do to keep Chaldea running around that time, and an anomaly was found in Chaldeas. We could no longer see into the promised future of 100 years from now. There's a huge criticism from the association and our sponsors. She was ordered to get the situation back to normal as soon as possible. To make matters worse, they found that she had no aptitude to be a master. The noble Sphere family, one of the 12 lords, the dominating faculty of astronomy at the Mages Association. Oh, the scandal that would occur if the head of such a family was found to be unfit to become a master. You can imagine the level of gossip happening behind the scenes. I'm sure those rumors reached Maria too. She still worked to be her absolute best as director. The last half year she's just barely been hanging on. She's worked herself so hard I'd like her to come in for counseling, but with how things are... In any event, she's been emotionally stretched to the limit. She doesn't hate you or anything like that. I was just having fun. Hey, that's not nice, but I understand how you feel. The director wasn't allowed to go out much growing up, so everything she says is honest and innocent. But make sure you don't say that in front of her. She'll just hate you more. Anyhow, you're the only three I can trust right now. I want you to continue investigating without fighting. Might be a little hard. As we can see here, we're collecting more bonuses. And our daily quest to get mana, which in our case is going to get some. And you can kind of watch, especially at the start of the game, you're going to unlock a lot of stuff. As you get further and further into the game, it does slow down. Alright, and one thing I will show is, these are free quests. These are a way to grind for materials. Also, the first time you clear it, a quest, you get Saint Quartz, which is our summoning material. And yeah, so let's continue the story. Who do I want to use? Yeah, Archtriferth seems fun. So Archtriferth is the current anniversary servant. She has a really cool ability, but unfortunately it's not. Yeah. Alright, let's go with that. Basically, she's known as a Black Grail Hunter, which there is, if you're unfamiliar with that, it's a card that boosts the power. Anyway, let's get back to the story. The hostile life form has been removed. Let's move on. I didn't know what would happen with that monster, but I expected nothing less of a servant's body. Such power. Not that it makes them look any less scary. By the way, Director, I have a question for you. The Fuyuki in our data and this Fuyuki are just too different. What happened in this city exactly? What are your thoughts, Director? Let's see, history must have been slightly disrupted. That's the only reason I can think of. Mash, Random Gamer, I'm only going to say this once, so listen up. Chaldea observes the future through an Earth model called Chaldeas. At the same time, a familiar called Lapis compiles past records. You can say it's a Lapis's job to gather data on history that wasn't made public and information that was burned in darkness that no one knows. According to Laplace observation, an unusual Holy Grail War was confirmed in this city in 2004. Holy Grail War, you mean the Holy Grail from the legend? The magical chalice that is the root of all magecraft, one that is said to grant its holders wishes. Yes, that's the one. Mages in Fuyuki City competed for the Grail, and in order to activate it, summoned 7 heroic spirits. That was the beginning of the Holy Grail War. Unknown to anyone, servants were summoned to this town. The Fuyuki Holy Grail War system is simple. 7 masters fight each other. The last one standing gets the Grail. Chaldea learned about this in 2010. My father, the previous director, used this data to build the summoning system. That's what makes up Chaldea's heroic spirit summoning system, Fate, our third intervention after Lapis and Chaldeas. Third, isn't that the near future observation lens, Shiba? That was created by Professor Lev. Well, I guess you could say we both worked on it. Anyway, this is where servants come from. 7 servants fought here, and in the end, Saber was victorious. The town wasn't destroyed, and the servants shouldn't have been noticed by anyone, but now this is happening. We should assume that the outcome changed due to this singularity. The anomaly in 2004 brought an alteration to human history, and as a result, we're no longer able to see 100 years into the future. That's why it's our job to repair this anomaly. Somewhere in here is the reason the history has been disturbed. Once we analyze and eliminate it, they will complete our mission. All of us will be able to return to the present. See, got it. Anyway, although we're not sure what's going on, it's good that this mission is simple. Go! Another one. Not these guys again. Get rid of them, Mash. Random Gamer. Okay. So, it looks like we've got one more fight in us before this episode is over. I'm trying to keep them around 20 minutes just so that we can actually do something with this. And it's just a real playthrough. So Archetype Earth, one of the beauties is she automatically, this won't copy, has an ability where you can just slam down. And again, it's another AoE, so basically it's just going to wipe everything out. And sometimes I wish you could skip the NP animations, as gorgeous as they are and everything. It's just, you're firing them a lot, and it does slow down gameplay quite a bit. So, for example, one of the big things about Archetype Earth is she has a 100% recovery. So, we're actually going to use the exact same thing twice in a row to wipe everybody out. And so this is where my comment is, sometimes it'd be nice to skip the animation. Because it looks really cool, I enjoy the idea, I like the character, it's just, like, we've seen it twice now in one fight, but whatever, my main little gripes with this game. So, there we go, that was a little too easy. In future fights I might take not as overwhelming servants off the borrow from others just to make sure, but anyway. So as you can see, at the end of every battle, we're just getting a bunch of rewards, and yeah, alrighty. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is another episode of The Random Gamer Plays FGO. And yeah, if you like this video, you know the deal. Hit the like button. If you can help us out by subscribing, that'd actually be incredibly useful, because I have a feeling very few people are going to watch this at this time, because we are a really small channel. So until next time, I guess we should just sign off with saying, let's get some gaming done.